Hello everyone, welcome back to Beyond Classes. In the previous video we had done about the similarity. I explained you the basics of similarity and we had done one exercise based on it. Now let us continue further. Today we will discuss about a theorem which is known as basic proportionality theorem. And this theorem was given by a Greek mathematician named as Thales. So it is also known as Thales theorem after his name. So first let us understand what is the theorem and what it says. The statement is, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle. What it says, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. So what it says, if suppose you are given a triangle, say it is ABC, and the first part says a line is drawn parallel to one side of the triangle. So here it is drawn this line DE, which is parallel to one of the sides, that is BC of the given triangle, to intersect the other two sides at distinct points. Now what does this line do, which is drawn parallel to one side? It intersects the other two sides, that is side AB and side AC, at two distinct points, two different points. The other two sides are divided in the same ratio. Now when this is done, the two parts of each side, the ratio of the two parts of each of these two sides is equal, means they are divided in the same ratio. So here what is given to us, we are given a triangle ABC where DE is parallel to BC and it intersects it, in the sense it is the line segment or the line DE, AB and AC at points D and E respectively. So this is what is given to us. A triangle ABC is given where DE is parallel to BC and this DE intersects AB and AC at points D and E respectively. Now here what it says is, we have to prove this theorem. So I am just writing what is to prove. What we have to prove is that this line which is drawn, it divides the other two sides in the same ratio, that is AD upon DB. The ratio of the two parts of side AB is same as the ratio of the two parts of the side AC. So it is AE upon EC. Now this is what we have to prove. So in order to prove this, what we are going to do is, we will have some construction in this. We will be having some construction. Now what construction is needed in order to prove this? It says like this: from this point D, we are going to draw a perpendicular to AC, or you can also say AE. So from D we will draw a perpendicular on AC. Similarly from E we are going to draw a perpendicular on AB. So let us name these perpendiculars. Say this perpendicular is DP, this is EQ. Now here After drawing these perpendiculars, we are also going to join BE and we will join DC. So in construction, what we are going to do, we will draw EQ perpendicular to AB, DP perpendicular to AC, and we are going to join BE and CD. So this is the construction which is required to prove it. Now let us move towards the part of proving this theorem, the proof of this. Now how it is done? After this, you can see here that the triangle ADE, let me just shade it slightly so that it is clear to you. Now this triangle ADE and the triangle BDE, hope you can see the shaded part. The triangle ADE and triangle BDE, the two triangles here, if you see, they are on the side AB. The two triangles, they are formed on the side AD. Now what is the area of triangle ADE? We know that the area of a triangle is given by half base into height. So what is the area of triangle ADE? Now let us just take this part, because I have said that these two triangles which we are taking, they are on the side AB. So if you take this triangle ADE, the base for this triangle is AD and the height for this triangle is EQ. So it is half multiply base, that is AD, multiplied by height, that is EQ. And what about the area of triangle BDE? If we take the second triangle BDE, what about this area now? If you see here, this is an obtuse angle triangle, and we know that in an obtuse angle triangle, the altitude which is there drawn from the vertex will lie outside the triangle. So as from this point E, this is one of the vertex of this triangle BDE. From this point E, when we draw a perpendicular to BD, it is going to intersect outside. It is going to intersect BD when produced. So this ED is the height of this triangle and DB is the base of this triangle, giving us the area as half DB multiply EQ. Hope this part is clear, because the area of the triangle is given by half base into height. So we have got this. Now from here, if you take the ratio of these two triangles area, that is area of triangle ADE and area of triangle BDE, what do we get? It's half AD multiply EQ upon half DB multiply EQ. And you can see here that half and half is cancelled out because it is the same value there. Similarly, EQ will be eliminated. So you are left with AD upon DB. Let's consider this as equation 1. Similarly, if we take the side AC, on this side AC, you can see again you have the triangle ADE located on this part, and you have the triangle CED, which is also located on this part. So we can say that triangle ADE and triangle CED are located or situated on side AC. Therefore, doing the same thing, taking their areas, let me reduce the steps here. Let's say we'll take this ratio of the areas straight away. Area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle CET. Now this time when you are going to take the area of triangle ADE, we will take AE as the base and DP will be the altitude, the height of this. So this area is half AE multiplied by DP. And similarly, if you take the area of triangle CED, again you can see here this is an obtuse angle triangle, and the perpendicular drawn from vertex D on CE will intersect CE when produced to the point P. So DP is the altitude and EC is the base. So here we have it as half EC multiply DP, which in turn on eliminating half and DP is equal to AE upon EC. So we have got two equations, and if you see here in both the equations, the right hand side of the first equation says AD upon DB, the right hand side of the second equation says AE upon EC. So we have to prove that these two are equal. This is what we have to prove. Now in order to prove that these two are equal, what we have to do is we have to prove that the left hand sides are equal. Now if you check the left hand sides, here you have area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle BDE, and here you have area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle CED. Again, in these two left hand sides of the equations, the numerator part is equal because it contains the same triangle ADE, but the denominator, the area of triangle BDE and the area of triangle CED is different. So now our motive is to prove that the denominators are also equal, so that the right hand sides can be proved that they are equal. Now if you just check it out, these two triangles, this is one triangle, this is the triangle BDE, and if you check the other triangle CED, this is the second triangle, and it is clear from here that these two triangles, they have the same base, that is DE, and they lie between the same parallel lines, that is DE and PC. And if you recall the property or the theorem from the class 9, you have studied that triangles on same base and between same parallel lines are equal in area. So if there are two triangles which have the same base and which lie between the same parallel lines, their area is equal. Therefore, we can say that area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CED. Let's consider this as equation number 3. Now if you take all the three equations together, if we take all the three equations together, that is from equation 1, 2 and 3, if we compare or if we combine the results all together, what we get, we find here that the ratio of AD and DB is equal to the ratio of AE upon EC. Why? Because the area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CED. Hence, the left hand sides of these two equations become equal, and if left hand sides are equal, then the right hand sides are also equal. So from overall, this is the result which is needed, and this is what we get. So this is about the basic proportionality theorem, or which is also known as Thales theorem. So this is what I have for you today, and in the next class, in the next session, we will move towards the opposite of this theorem, that is the converse of this basic proportionality theorem. Meanwhile, you just go through this, and again, before leaving, one more request, that do like and share the video, and again, if you have not subscribed the channel, don't forget to subscribe it. So thank you all, have a nice day.